Okay, so this time Ankit and I we're gonna do the homework 3 for the EDX Saas Ruby on Rails course. Uh, I'm Nicholas. This is Ankit. I'm gonna start driving this time first, and for this session we're going to do 5-minute swaps between driving and navigating. So let's start. So first we have to make the link, the movie title header and the release date header a link, and when you click on the link it should sort the list of movies, and it should also highlight the header yellow. So this is our app, how it's running right now. Let's just refresh it so we see. And okay, let's start. So we have to take a look at our app directory. We have to take a look at the index HTML. This is the view that's going to be rendered. Then we also have to take a look at the no layout model. Yes, we have to take a look at the model, I think, for this one. I don't remember. Well, anyways, let's open up all three MVC parts. So we have the view here, we have the model, and we have the controller. So let's first make the yes, let's first make the links clickable on the view. So we do that by changing the header, and we'll add an A tag in movies and in release date info. So are you still there, Ankit? Hello? I think Ankit might be gone, but let's keep going. So we do A tag is the header, the link, and we're gonna link it to, oh yes, according to the exercise for grading purposes, we have to put a title header here, and we're gonna link this to movie title. So yes, that's it for now. And I just want to do the links. Another link, a tag. This is release date header equals link to, and this is only going to do release date. So if you look at the link to in a HAML, it needs a second parameter, which is where it's going to. And if we read the documentation properly in the exercise, movie path actually routes to the index controller. So what this is going to do is just send, like, do a refresh on the page. Let's try it out. I forgot. Okay.
I think you will have to like restart the app. Okay.
The app, or
I mean the server. This. So let me like take over. for the next 5 minutes, and then I can make changes, and then we
Okay.
can see if it works. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, because I think if you do this, like if you just add the ID to the table header, then it works.
Okay.
So if suppose we have so like for like before giving to like taking the link, let's just see if the link works by itself. So
Save.
let's see, and then release date was the, I think that was a column name. So save, and then do you want to start this? Okay, so I started the server, and then let's wait for the link to be generated and see if it's created the link. Oh no, it's still
Hmm.
what's missing here. So if I save, does it get refreshed? Do you know? Oh yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's fine. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Just a space thing. Uh, so if you see in the movies, if you refresh,
There.
then you
Yep.
will see that. Okay, so now we have to give it a path, and it's I from what I remember, like as you said, it's a movie path.
Yeah. That
Uh,
shows index. The
yeah,
index view. Yep.
yeah. Uh, okay, and if we refresh it again, oh, what's not what movies path? I see. It's not. It's movies, not movie. That was a problem. So if I so if,
Ah.
so if
Yes.
you refresh it and then click on movie title or release it, then it will just bring you back to the index page.
It,
And
it brings you to the movies route, so you can see it in the URL.
yeah,
So just
cool, cool. So now we have to sort it. So let's do part A first, which is sort by title, if I remember right.
yes.
Like move to the movie title. Okay. So if you want to sort it, I going through the lectures documentation, we know that we can pass a parameter and then access that parameter using params in the controller class. So if I pass a parameter from the view, let's say I'll just name it sort to be like, so I can pass a hash, a param hash, and then I just name it sort, and then I just give it the heading title, because that's the title link I want to sort it. So if I save this, then I'll be passing a param hash with the key as sort and value title to my controller. And in the controller,
Let me know when you're in the controller so I can switch for the recording.
oh yeah, so now I'm in the controller,
Okay.
and so since we have the index view, the function we will be making changes to is the index function, because that's the view, because that's the controller method which will be displayed to the user. So if, as we see, like right now it's displaying all the movies, but if you want to sort it, then we have to take the params, like use the params hash, and then sort it. So if I do like at movies equals movie dot order, oops, order, and then use params and then the sort. Now it should, like, the move is sorted. Let's see if it works. Uh,
So let me take over from now.
okay.
So 5 minutes are up. So Ankit was doing the sort. I don't know if the param. Yes, the params should be getting through.
It's working in my system. Like, so I like refreshed. Can you like refresh it again? Because
Yes.
it's working in my system.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So now it's working. So I'm just gonna finish up using the same logic as Ankit. Finish up on um, the release date param. So release date, and then if we look at our index, this should do it. So if we refresh this movie title, sort by title, and this one sorts out by release date now. So that's good. What else? So sorting is done. Now we have to go through the highlight.
Yeah.
So for the highlight, we have to put basically we have to use a class, the highlight in the CSS. So if we look at the CSS here in, it's not in the app resources. It's in.
Yeah. It's an app and then style sheets default.css.
So we have to copy first the code they gave us for highlighting into the CSS. So submit this code. Just make sure it works. Yeah. And now we have to assign this title header a class. I don't recall how to assign a class here. Do you remember, Ankit? Because
Oh yeah. So like, from what I remember, Hamel was pretty new to me as well. Like, I mean, as it was for you. So like going through the documentation, I found this thing that to set a class we can use like curly braces, and then
oh yes,
uh, yeah, do you, and then we can use something like class, yeah, and then yeah, go
there
ahead.
you go.
Yeah, you can keep on driving.
Yeah, I remember now. Release state header. So let's call it. I guess we can call it the release date header class. This should not affect any of the logic. This one we'll call the title. I just want to do a test, see if something broke. Oh,
Oh, I think yeah, I think that should fix it.
yeah. So I got 1 more minute. I just want to test it out before I hand it over to to Ankit. So if I do title header dot highlight, or no, equals highlight. This should always highlight it no matter what happens. I just want to see if it worked. There you go. So, oh, I still have some time. So we have to put some logic here. But only one is highlighted, I guess. So if params params sort. Title, do this, and else if, just in case we get another parameter, else if. Release date, is it?
Yeah.
And then this is release date header. Finish this test and off to Ankit.
Okay. So
So
let's.
yeah, it's working.
Okay. So
Okay,
give me one second. Cool. So like we just one small refactor, which you can do is like so. As you know that we can pass like a hash from view to the controller.
yes,
So we can also pass a hash from the controller to the view. So if let me just quickly try to do this and see if it works. So suppose if I were to have a variable, let's say just like sort by, I'm just saying, and then equate it to params sort, because the param sort will be title, like param sort will have the value title or release date, like according to which link you clicked, right?
yep.
So if we do this, and then if here I can like in the, if you can show the index file now, the index.html.haml.
Index, yep.
So in this, let me make this quick change, and like you can change it later if you think the earlier approach was less cool. So you can do like if sort by equals title, and then so just make it a conditional here, and then same thing here, uh, highlight if at sort by, oops, it should be equals, and then sort by equals release date. uh, can you refresh and see if it's still working?
Sure. So if we should just click here, yes, it is. I do like what you're doing, Ankit, but I was very like it said on the like on the homework to
Yeah.
not put any code in the view.
Oh, okay, I
So
see.
I don't know. I don't know if this is
uh,
code for you.
I mean, it's I
Like that's the thing.
guess. I mean, it's just a conditional. Yeah, I mean, but that's the only code I put. Like, that's the only one. Like the condition I put. Like, I guess. I mean, I would like to put in the view, not like not more than this. I mean, it's fine. Like we can keep it to like before. It's okay.
Let's leave it like this for now. It's
Okay.
shorter, and for pair programming purposes, I think this is good. So you have a couple of minutes left.
Okay. Cool.
If you want me to
So
change views, let me know.
yeah. Okay. So can you go back to the controller, movies controller class?
Okay.
So okay. So now this is done. So are we done with part one and part two? Oh no, we have to sort by. Yes. So I guess we are done with part one and part two, right?
No, we're only done with part one. Part two is the filtering.
Oh, filtering. Okay. Right. I remember now. I was
We should
confusing.
do a git stat with git commit for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll do it
Okay.
while you do the rest.
Okay. So let me just quickly refresh my memory on part two. So for part two, we have a include the ratings. Like we have to include the ratings, and we have to put the code they gave us in index.html.haml. Okay, so I'm going to put code in index. index.html.haml, which will generate the forms, like which will generate the checkbox for the ratings. So I put, if you want to, yeah, so I put this form tag in the index.html.haml. Oh, it won't work because this at all ratings variable is still not in the movies controller. So I'll just define. So if you can show the movies controller method, the file. So I'll just define like a private function called def get ratings, which will just return an array of all the ratings. Which,
In the movies controller, or oh yes, I see it.
yeah. So we have the ratings called G, PG, R. I'm trying to see if there is a place I can copy it from. Okay, it's fine. So G, PG, PG-13, and R. So those are the ratings we have to include. So I'll just have an array called G, PG, PG-13, and R. And I'll have a variable called all ratings, which will get ratings. So if you refresh, oops, I think I forgot to add an end to my def function. Yeah, now it should work. Yeah, if you
Okay,
refresh,
okay. So it's my turn.
okay,
So following the homework, if you do this, and I got stuck here as well.
yeah,
This is a static list,
yeah,
so you can also do like this. And it's pretty much the same thing, right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
But in the homework they said to use the model. Like there is a if you put I'll show you. If you put add movie, this is just and for testing purposes, test. There's a third rating here,
yeah,
NC17
right,
step changes, and it will not show up there because we set the value in the back as static.
right. Oh,
So
okay,
so what we have to do is actually query the database to see what values are defined, and so that this value will not be static, but it would be
oh,
dynamic. So the way to do it is, let me just check something here. Yep, it's you have to define a function in your model.
okay.
So define function all ratings. Was that how you call it, or
Yeah, all ratings. Yeah,
the private function you called? Was it
yeah.
called all
Oh,
ratings?
the function I called was called get ratings,
Okay, yes, get
but the
ratings.
variable which we have to set is called all rating.
Yeah. So we're gonna define a class. Uh, we're gonna define a class method in our movie controller class.
Okay,
So since it's a class method, it's well, you use a keyword self,
okay,
and then it's gonna query its own data, so its own model.
okay,
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get self, and if you look at the active record documentation,
right,
uh, there is there is a method that you can use on active record base, which is called group,
okay,
and the group basically groups functions well, groups the model by one of the variables in the models. So
Oh,
if I group this by, let's say, this is grouped by ratings, right?
yeah,
So do you remember how the variable is called?
yeah. The
Is it
symbolic.
is it ratings or rating?
Uh, I
I think
think
it's
it's like
rating.
ratings. Oh, okay. I
Like
Yeah,
the
rating. Yeah, yeah, rating.
yeah.
Okay,
So this returns array. So we have to count the values of that array, and then
okay,
for no, this returns not an array. This returns like an array of models,
okay.
and for every array we have to count each one, and for each one we have to do the following. Yeah, to each element of the array. So it's quite tricky.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's to all ratings. We'll push uh, array 0 because so this gets the models and the first and puts it in an array, and in the first element of the array it puts this rating.
Okay.
So it's quite tricky.
So,
Array 0
uh,
and then and
should it
and
be array
then
zero or just array?
the first element of the array.
Oh, that.
So
So those are all the ratings.
yes,
Oh, okay.
no, the first. So what this does is group
And should it?
uh,
Okay.
takes all the variables. Like
Okay.
it groups, like if there's 5 rating groups, if there's five
Right.
rating, it groups
Right.
all of our models by the ratings, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Count just enumerates basically those 5 things, or 6 or 7, depending
Okay.
on how many ratings there are.
Yeah.
And then each just takes each array, which is basically each model,
Oh, okay. I see.
and the first element of each model is like the rating, right?
Right. Right. Right.
The first
Okay.
element of this array is the model. The second element might be
Oh,
all of the movie names that are
right.
under that.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I
if
see. Okay.
if
I
we
didn't know that.
return,
Mm.
yeah, and it said that you have to use the model,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
'cause, and then if you return here all ratings, no, but I have to call it from the model, so I have to call movie, but all ratings. I think this is it. Let me
Should it be
just
all ratings or get ratings? The
no.
function name is get ratings, right?
Uh,
It's
yes,
just
you're
pure
right.
get ratings.
Get ratings,
Okay.
and this should work. Let's see. Mm,
Oh, should it be at all ratings in the local variable? It says undefined.
let me check something. Get ratings. Uh, uh, I have. Oh yes, I forgot. Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's undefined. Okay, I see.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. So this should work. Yes, and just let me do a quick test. If we add a new movie test with this rating, yes. So
Okay.
the rating to our all ratings variable,
Wow.
which
All right.
yeah
This is
keeps going.
yeah. This is much better actually.
So that's for the all ratings part. I think I took more than 5 minutes, so I let Ankit.
Uh, yeah, okay. Now, and so we finished both the first and the, oh no, so we finished the start of the second part. So now we have to sort it using the checkbox which we have. Uh, okay. So what we have to do is we have to check if I check these three, let's say, then you can and then when you click refresh. Oh yeah, can you go? So suppose if I click three and click refresh, then as you can see, the movies are still the same, but we have to get only the movies with those ratings. So first, what we should do is the first thing the homework says is that all the ratings should be checked initially because all movies are being included. So, so what we have to do is we have to check if the selected ratings are being checked or not. So in the movies controller class, we
Movies
define
controller.
yeah.
Okay.
So I define another variable called at selected ratings, which will give me the selected ratings which I checked, and this will get the values from the params function which I checked. So in the homework, can you go back to the index dot hammer? Like, let's first save the movies and let's go to the index hammer. Yeah. So in the homework, it's we are said that we have to give an ID of rating submit to the submit tag. So I'll do that first. Uh, so an ID of ratings submit. So this,
Does that work without space? I'm just curious because I'm not sure.
oh, like you mean like this?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it should be fine.
Okay.
So, and the checkbox tag has the ratings and like hash rating means the actual rating, which is like G or 1 or like whatever. So when we check the ratings, the params rating. So the way it works is that params will get a rating hash, and that hash will have the value like G. The keys will be the ratings themselves, and the values will be one, which will be a default value for given by Ruby or by Rails. So like one means checked and zero means non-checked, from what I remember. I'm not like yeah. So if we go to the movies controller class, so in the movies controller class, uh, I can check I can equate the params rating and then get all the keys. This is just like uh, simple, like a straightforward Ruby method to get all the keys of the hash. And then for the at movies variable, I just use an active record method called where, which I found in the documentation, which will sort the movies by the selected ratings, and I can also move the order here. So it will. So now we can uncheck this line. So now this line should sort all the ratings and also just get only the ratings which are given by params ratings keys. But to check, so we have to include some code in the view. I'm guessing Nicholas not thinking. So what I'm thinking is going through the Hammer documentation. I found this thing for the checkbox tag, uh, that if I that like initially all the checkboxes have to be checked. So one means check all the ratings, and then we check the selected ratings variable which we set in the movies controller class, and we check to see if the rating is included in the selected ratings. So if it's included, then it will be checked. If it's not included, then it won't be checked. And as per the homework, we have to give it a ID of ratings underscore hash uh, rating. Let me refresh and see. So if you refresh and then click on refresh, I think you'll see the ratings.
Yes. So if I take away GPG and GPG13 PG, yes, it's working.
Okay.
What happened is
Okay,
okay.
okay. So suppose if I just reload the app, then to get all the ratings, right? Like if I restart, I think what we can do is since we know that all the ratings exist, we can just OR it to
Oh,
see
this
if
is
what.
where are we?
Oh, can you go to the movies controller class?
Yes.
I'm sorry. So okay, so what I'm thinking is, so like initially all the ratings need to be checked, right?
Yes.
And the params will only contain the values which we checked. So
Okay.
if we want to see all the ratings checked, like initially, what we can do is we can have an OR statement with all ratings. So if the params ratings keys will exist, then the first value will be used for selected ratings. If this is nil, then the Ruby will check for the next value, which is all ratings, and then this value will be used. And when we first start our class, like when we first start our server, params has no ratings. Like this has no value, so this value will be used, and all the ratings will be checked. So now if we refresh, then we will find that all the ratings will be checked. And if we uncheck some ratings and then refresh, then you will see the
My, my mine is not working.
house. Can you save? Or like, is
Let's
it
see.
saved? Is it
Saved.
like what's how is it possible that it works in my system and not
Go
in this
go
system?
to go to movies. Just go to the movies URL.
Controller?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
slash movies.
yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. Uh, is that all ratings? Not okay. Let's check this. What's
All
the error?
ratings is an
All
array.
rating method keys for nil class. Oh, okay. Uh, the thing is, oh, okay, I see what the error. So the error which we are getting is that if it's a nil class, then the keys method is not defined on a nil value. So I guess what you can do is you can just have an if to check if the params value is like nil or not. So dot nil. So by not mean so not means that uh, this is else selected ratings equals all ratings. So can you refresh? Oh, I missed an end once again, as always.
There
Yeah. So now if
you
you
go.
refresh, can you see? Okay, can you uncheck and see if it's working?
Yes, it is.
Can you go back to the new, the movie URL and see if it all the movies are checked? Okay. Okay. So I think I also took more than 5 minutes.
uh, how many times have we switched? I
I
don't
think
really know.
I think we like 5 or 6 times, I believe. Like in total, like three and three. Uh,
Yeah, you
Something like
did.
that.
Mm, should we do one more lap? No, I don't know. No,
So, did we finish part one and part two?
yes, part one and two are there, I think, which is basically this refresh, this, and if you do this and you go back, uh, no, nothing's supposed to be selected. So part
Yeah.
one and part two is done actually.
Okay.
So
Cool. So, do you want to meet tomorrow or after some time for part three?
sure.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Let's do that. Uh, because it's like almost 12:30 a.m. here.
Yes. So yeah, we should be good for this.
Yeah. So, do you want to take it off here?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop
Okay.
broadcasting in three,
Uh,
two, one.